Hello there, and welcome to Pink Milk, your Star Wars podcast for us superfans.
And those of us who are forced to listen to them.
Today is someday, and someday we're talking to Johnny.
Johnny? Johnny Appleseed?
No, Tommy. Johnny Hoey from the Resistance broadcast. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Drink up.
Drink up.
Hello there, Pop Pop.
Hello there.
How are you?
I am fine.
Ooh, yeah.
Fine.
We are turning into an American Idol podcast. Did we make it? Did we make it?
I always ask the kids if they think I'm going to be on there.
You know what? They usually say yes because they're nice.
Some of them do. One of them does not.
Hello there, and welcome to Pink Milk. If this is the first time you're listening to us, we are not an American Idol podcast. If that was not already obvious in my amazing riffing ability, I don't need a contest.
And don't wait around for us to be on it either.
No, we are Pink Milk, and we talk Star Wars queerly. I am your host, Bryan. With me, as always, is my better half and your better host, Thomas.
Hello.
Two
Just
more?
one.
Nope, two more, please.
Hello.
Uno más.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
We, thank you. We are here. We are very excited. It is not the morning. We are usually recording in the morning, and it is nighttime, and I don't have coffee. I have wine, and I'm feeling great.
We are.
I'm feeling maybe possibly a little warm.
It is a little warm in here.
Oh.
Must be the wine.
How are you, Pop-Pop?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. It's hard to get you to leave when we share a house.
Pretty much.
So I'm really excited for this conversation about to have. You know Lacey, who's also from the Resistance broadcast, because she's been on not once but twice, and one time with her husband.
I do. Mm-hmm.
And she was great. You loved her.
Mm-hmm. I did.
I loved her too. But you in particular, like, oh my God, I love her. She's one of my favorite people we've ever had on. And I got to tell you, Johnny, really great time.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'm a fan of their show. They're incredibly successful. They're one of the, if not the biggest, Star Wars podcast. So to know now I've had the chance to sit with two of the three of them, and they're really fantastic, makes me happy.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Makes me very, very happy.
Well, your happiness is important to me.
You know, if you could do me a favor before we get into this interview, forget the fact that we were singing, head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review there, 5 stars or more, please, because we still have some homophobes hitting us with the 1-star reviews again. You know what? I'm not the most humble or the most humble. What's the word I want to say? I am humble, right?
You're a humble piece of pie.
Okay, well, I am a humble piece of pie. I do enjoy my pie, which is probably why I have,
A humble.
a humble. Anyways, we might not be a 5-star podcast, even though I think we probably are, but we're certainly not a 1, right? I mean, you're on here. We're
I
clearly
like to
a
think
10.
of myself as a 10, so,
10s across the board.
Across the board.
So please head on over to Apple Podcasts. Even if you're not listening to us there, go ahead and do it and give us a 10s across the board. Also, you know what, Thomas? I'm very excited. On Goodreads Pod, which is like an app, or Good Pod, excuse me, sorry for the bad plug. Good Pod, we are rated number 3
Boom.
in comics and manga podcasts.
Awesome.
We were rated number 3 in animation and anime podcasts, and number 4 in live streams.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Good Pods. Thank you for everyone who listens
thank you.
to us over there.
Thank you very much.
It was pretty great. I was pretty happy. I was pretty excited. We are we're gonna be 2 years old here soon.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It's been a long time since I've been 2 years old.
Almost 50 years ago. Yeah. No, we just celebrated 1 year on After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy. That feels good. That's awesome.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
I think it's really, podcasting is not easy. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of planning. It's not easy to get up and do this every single day, especially at the beginning when like no one really listens. And I'm very appreciative how many people do listen. The truth of the matter is, we're a gay podcast. We're never going to be on the top because there's too many people who don't like us. But I'm really surprised how many people
They don't
do.
like us?
Those people that don't like gay people.
Well,
so
they shouldn't listen.
They should. They're not going to. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Anyway.
I am really, really, really grateful for how many do. And I know I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again, but I'm really overwhelmed by how many like straight people listen to our show. Like, really? Because we're really damn gay.
Maybe one of us more than the other one.
Maybe less so when we first started, but like any good relationship, like a little more of you comes out over time. So before we were like
noticed
very buttoned up, and oh yes, you're taking us home to your mom, and you're like really proud of who we are, and then a little more starts to come out, and you're like, hey babe, remember you can't talk like this in front of your mom. Like, we've entered that stage of the relationship. So starting number 3, who knows what's going to happen?
It's going to be a free-for-all.
We might have to put the little E in the podcast because it might get very explicit.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Well, hey, everyone, get ready for this interview. I'm super excited to have it. And what do you want to say, Tom?
Drink up.
Drink up.
Drink up.
Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome John Hoey from the Resistance Broadcast. How are you, my friend?
I'm really well, Bryan. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here. I was looking forward to this all weekend, even longer. So we started talking about this a few weeks ago. We finally were able to line up a time to hang out. So I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you. And you can't see this watching, but I quickly last minute ran to get my fitted hat to wear it backwards in honor of John, and he's not even wearing a hat.
Yeah, so I guess you filled the quota. Yeah, we passed the baton. Yeah, so I wanted to show people that I do have hair. It's a little silvery, but here it is.
Oh, nothing's wrong with a little silver hair. I'm getting it on my wings.
Yeah,
mustache these days, as my children like to point out as much as they possibly can.
How old are your kids?
7, 8, and 11 teen.
Oh, okay.
Emphasis on the teen.
That's what I figured you were going for. Yeah, mine are only 3, and my daughter is 7 months. So I have a boy and a girl. So I'm not quite at the attitude stage yet with them, though my son does know how to be a wise guy already at 3 somehow. I don't know where he gets it from. I don't know,
I was just talking to a mom at the park about their 11-year-old and the sass that is starting, and I made the joke of, our kids have 2 dads, so there's like built-in gay sass humor in them like, already. But this soon-to-be teenager sass is a whole nother thing. I love him dearly, but every once in a while I'm like, I don't think that landed quite the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
So what is it we're gonna go off script already. What is it like having a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old? My youngest was 4, so I have no concept of those ages.
It's a lot, and it takes both of us, me and my wife, really balancing it out, and also a lot of help from our parents because daycare is really expensive. We send my son, but as far as like watching my daughter, my parents and Kathleen's mom like trade off days and stuff, which are huge for us. And there's been every once in a while, I work from home right now, but because of what's going on in the world and all that. But every once in a while, like if I had to keep my daughter home, my company's pretty good about that, and they are understanding, so that has helped. But in terms of just being a parent for a three-year-old and a 7-month-old, it's a little chaotic, but it's great. Like it's definitely changed my perspective on life, and made me in a weird, strange way less fearful of death. I don't know if you get that as a parent, because I used to be like terrified of death, and now I'm like, I don't matter anymore. They do, and I don't mean that I don't matter, but I mean like they're for the first time, really, like you have people in your life that are number one, and it's just you will do anything for them, and it has made me somehow, in a very strange and morbid way, less fearful of death, my own death.
That's amazing, actually. I mean, I can't relate to the death aspect. I don't think I've ever been fearful of that. I grew
Good
up
for
when I
you.
was young. Yeah. I was asthmatic when I was a little kid, like really, really bad. And so I've been very near it enough times that I kind of know what it well, I don't know what it's like, but
Did you see the
I don't
light,
know.
Bryan, and you came back?
Well, truthfully, I did. We can really get some metaphysical
Oh
stuff in there,
my
and I really
gosh!
can.
Wow. Yeah, let's just turn this into some sort of paranormal other sides podcast.
There we go. There we go.
I mean, we may see a Force ghost in Ahsoka, according to the latest reports, right? So there you go.
The thirst level is real.
Oh,
It's there.
good for him, though, right, Hayden?
I love it. I am here. What did I was everyone's talking about flashbacks, right? Like everyone's thinking, why do we need to have a flashback? We have Bluey goes to Hayden at the Return of the Jedi.
That's where
Like
my
literally,
mind went.
it's
Yeah.
yes. I want to see him
Yeah.
and Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka together. I
That'd
will
be great.
collectively lose my mind, especially if Anakin says, "Hey, Luke, go give that child back to his daddy. You should not have taken him. That was the wrong thing to do."
Yeah. How about Anakin Skywalker meeting Grogu? That'd be interesting.
Yes. Oh,
But
yeah.
People talking flashbacks. It's like, you want flashbacks? There's 7 seasons of it. You can go watch it on Disney Plus right now. How much more do you need?
Star Wars fans are the greatest and the worst people all at the same time. Please go forward. Enough of the Skywalker trilogy, please. I hate the prequels. I love the prequels. I don't want to go back to the prequels. Give me the prequels. And
Yeah. We don't know what we want sometimes, right? We need to be saved from ourselves.
I'm really curious about how Ahsoka and Anakin are going to interact, because last they met, as far as we know, right? He was more Vader. He was more machine than man.
Yeah.
And we got that little peek of Anakin, but it was not there very long.
And it was the Sith eye still, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah. Good point. Good point.
I'm really excited.
When is this? Obviously, as people are listening to this, they're going to say, "Well, right now." But for our sake, for breaking the fourth wall, when does this episode air, approximately? Anyway, your episode, this episode.
Oh, my episode, it'll be this upcoming Wednesday. So what is that? 3 days from now, 27th? Is that the 27th? Something like that.
Okay, because on our episode Monday, I kind of thought that, and this is just a speculation. I love doing speculation that isn't threatening or controversial. I just like having fun. Everyone likes speculating about Star Wars. So I was thinking, like, it's the search for Ezra, and that's clear because she's looking for Thrawn. I'm thinking like middle of the series, because it's a limited series. I think it's only, I'm pretty sure they said it's a limited series. I don't think it's multiple seasons. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking middle act. So like episodes, 4 or 5, whatever. She's like, there's just this moment where Ahsoka's struggling, and Anakin shows up to kind of like give her the lift she needs to get there, and gives her the closure is the biggest thing between the two of them. I think that's what we all kind of want as fans who like the happy ending for characters. So I'm very curious to see how that goes, and I hope that's what it is. And I like the idea of people wanting flashbacks who are diehard Clone Wars fans, and they want to see that in a live action thing. I understand that, but I give me the present. I'm with you. Like, I want to see them now, because we saw all that already. I want to see Force Spirit Anakin, redeemed Anakin Skywalker. I was Vader. Let me tell you what that was like. And here I am, and now I know what the true meaning of being a Jedi is, thanks to my son. and you are that too still, Ahsoka. So and they don't do anything by mistake. Dave Filoni and Favreau had this. No, they had to have had this in the plans when they were writing Ahsoka into season 2. So I want to see how that gets reflected on that episode being called The Jedi, even though she's like, I am no Jedi. It's like it's gonna be very interesting, man.
Yeah, oh my God, there's so much to unpack here because we don't get to do this very often on our show. Like Emma, who is the co-host on our live stream, does not like to speculate. It's not her jam. We get her to do every once in a while, right? And I can respect that. That's great.
Sure.
Tom, my husband, who I do husband and husband with, I just ordered my Din Cobb. I've never ordered a Black Series Din before, but Cobb Vanth came out, and I need my space husbands.
Yeah.
And Tom's response was, "Who is Din Cobb?" I'm like, "Babe, we have been talking about this for a year. Our logo is you and I as Din Cobb. Like it. Come on now." Anyways, so that's my Star Wars, right? But what I'm so stoked for all of this, and I agree with you. We've seen Clone Wars. We've seen Snips, Sky Guy. We've seen her get expelled. We've seen her say no. We've seen her say I'm no Jedi. Like we have their whole story is done. There's nothing else we need.
Right.
But I'm curious how, and I'm not great with like when things are coming out and all that stuff, but we have the Lando and Luke book coming out, and we are all, but like I'm hopeful that we're going to see them try to go find the Sith holocron, or what's it called in the movie, the Wayfinder.
Yeah.
Like, is Anakin the one who's like, hey dude, you need to go, I've got something in my castle. You gotta go figure out how to do this.
My old digs.
Yeah. So that's cool. Like, are we going to be able to get to hear, I'm a big fan of Cranky Luke. I like where he went. But are we going to get some Anakin and Ahsoka kind of talking to Luke about what the Jedi Order really was? Because this time he's still idolizing the Jedi Order. And if anyone can bring the people who sadly I think are still upset about how the Jedi were portrayed and are viewed now, I think Dave Filoni and John Favreau have proven that with Mandalorian, they can get people who weren't on board with certain things to get on board with them. Yeah. And I think that would be a really interesting thing to get another step to Cranky Luke in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think that is a good point. And also just, I mean, that book should be interesting, and they don't put these things out in certain time frames without purpose, like so there's going to be something giving us something to help fortify something else. And I know the obvious one is Rise of Skywalker, right? But there's going to be other stuff too. So I'm curious,
there's gonna be stuff we don't know about yet.
Yeah, like Lando and the daughter that was taken away. We need to find, is that Jana? Like I think that's back on the table now. The way she looked at him is how I think a kid would look at someone who just realized, oh my God, that's my dad. So like there's a lot that's going to be unpacked there. It's very curious to see where they go with that. But I think you're onto something there in terms of breaking down the facade of the Jedi and getting to the core and crux of that. So I like that.
I'm excited. I think I did not make any fans with a lot of our listeners at the chapter 16 because I am still very angry with Luke. I'm having a legit having a hard time. Yeah. And I had my one attempt at like a clickbaity like YouTube thumbnail, and it did not work. But but I did question, like I just re-listened to this episode not that long ago, parts of it, when I was talking with my husband, and I'm like, I think, did they just make Luke the antagonist? Like, I feel like they started to, and it, like, that was my gut reaction seeing it, like, we recorded it or whatever a few days after it had passed, and I thought it was really smart because Luke has to become disenfranchised with the Jedi at some point in time. And I thought it was a really interesting play to have him take Grogu away from his dad. Now, this is where I think my own life story and being an adoptive father, and I really relate to Din on a lot of levels. Like, maybe I see it differently than a lot of people do. And I'm not exactly a fan of the Jedi for like 20 years. Like, I like their intentions, but their practice was not so great.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm with you there.
So I thought it was a really bold move, and I was really here for it. Like, as much as I was mad at Luke, I was here for the story
Oh,
choice.
yeah,
Like, it was so good.
yeah.
Like, so good.
I mean, I said when I watched it, I was like, what is going on with me right now? I grew up Luke Skywalker being, this hero and stuff like that. And why am I like, I never would have imagined I'd be upset that Luke Skywalker is with taking this kid. It's Luke Skywalker. It's like Santa Claus, I mean, so the
Dude.
fact that they did that shows how strongly they built that relationship between Din and Grogu, because if they didn't, that moment doesn't pay off. So they needed to build that relationship. And when he takes his helmet off and says, "Don't be afraid," murdered me. Absolutely destroyed me. Like, I don't cry a lot
You were
during Star
about to
Wars,
be a
but
second dad, or you're about to be a dad times 2 right around that time, right?
yeah, so yeah, we were like
Oh.
few months away. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And it just killed me. Yeah, seeing like, because there's something about kids and their innocence and their naivety, and you want to, even though Grogu is very powerful, we've seen that he's still a baby in our eyes, and how we view him and how he acts like a toddler and stuff. You want to protect him, so him
Mhm.
saying like "don't be afraid" and stuff, and like giving him the okay to go before he goes to Luke, and all those little moments. He looked up to make sure it was okay. It's like when your kids like wants to reach for your hand when you're crossing the street because they trust you and you alone. That's all there, and like that's a powerful moment. And I don't cry a lot during Star Wars. Been only a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't like sob, but get back in there, tear, get back in there. But that moment, like, even every time I watch it, I get that rush in my face, and I'm like, oh, here it is again. It's like, for me, like when I rewatch like the end of Field of Dreams, like, it's just that moment's always going to do that to me. I think. And so far it's been almost a year, and that's still, I've
Yeah.
watched it 4 or 5 times. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, dude, you're talking about it right now, and I'm like, the hairs on my arms are standing up. Like,
Me
it's
too. I'm like, I'm gonna
it's
start crying on this. Oh,
it
jeez.
wouldn't be the first or the last. Our
Whew.
show is all about laughter, thirst, and tears. That's what we do. It's our 3 things, right? But you're 100% right. Like, you heard that you saw the X-wing come through. Like, you saw it.
Yeah.
And that little kid, and you're like, oh my God, am I about to see Santa? But it's not Santa. No, I don't know. Like, oh my, and edge of your seat. Then you see the whole cloak, the hooded cloak thing. You're like, that's not Luke. That's not Luke. Is that
Oh,
Ahsoka? Why does she have a green lightsaber? What's going on? Oh my God. And then you get it. And you're like,
oh yeah.
it's your hero. And we are all so excited. And you're right. And then on a dime, that little kid goes over there, and you're like, what the F did you just do, dude?
Yeah, it was
Like,
so weird seeing Luke that way. Like, don't you take him away from him like that.
mhm.
They did such a good job creating that relationship and these characters for us to feel that way.
Yeah, I will tell you, I think that episode is our number 1 downloaded episode ever. Adoptive dads talking about Luke Skywalker.
That's awesome.
I don't remember what it's called. Um,
That's really cool.
but it really, like, that after, and it still does, like, now that I've had obviously more time, like, it affects me on like so many levels.
Mhm.
And I'm very grateful for that. Like, I really I love the Mandalorian. Like, Din Djarin, Ahsoka Tano, and Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka, and Din are like my holy trinity of characters. I love them. And when it was announced, Boba Fett's great. He's cool. I'm an 80s kid. Of course, I love him. It's great. It's Star Wars. I'm going to be here for it. But I'm not going to lie. If I'm like, was a little bit disappointed that I'm going to get a Mandalorian as my first like live action Star Wars show.
Mm,
But then
yeah.
it came out.
Right.
And it is like, I think it is some of the strongest storytelling in all of Star Wars. It is so good. And
Yeah.
it's like this perfect blend of what I think Star Wars is all about. It's what's boiling under the surface, but you can eat popcorn the whole time, and it affects you in ways you didn't know. Like, did we really know how much we loved Din and Grogu before he was given to Luke Skywalker? Like, did we really know how much we loved them?
Right. I'm with you exactly there, because like when that moment hit me, I was like, this is hitting me way harder than I was anticipating anything could have with this show. And then I look back, I'm like, they were slowly but surely adding more to this pile, but not all at once, so that we were like, oh, we're punched in the face with it. But the collective of those previous 15 chapters, all those little moments they went through where he was in danger and he went to help him and he went to help him and he came back for him, all of those things built up and manifested into this one uh, climactic emotional goodbye. And it's just absolute. And Pedro Pascal just crushed that scene. I know he
really
didn't spend a
did.
ton of time in the suit, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Brendan Wayne can shoot the guns, and the other guy
Yep.
can kick people in the face. He you know what I'm saying? Like he
100%.
crushed that scene with his tears, and they looked just like this genuine moment, and it probably was, because he's probably like, I don't know if they're, I haven't read the scripts for season 3. Maybe this is it for me, this little guy, and I'm attached to him. And
Yep.
everyone says, Werner Herzog is like, I'm so glad they used this real puppet, and he was talking to it like it was a real baby. And it's just like, there's probably a real connection there, that a little part of a little truth in that performance there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, it was so good. I mean, that goes down as, for me, I mean, my favorite moment of all of the Mandalorian was in the second episode of the second season. So what is that, chapter 10?
Yeah.
When little Grogu, like everyone on Twitter loved the cute little run that he did. But that moment for me was the moment that Grogu chose him as his dad. And it made me think of the
right.
first time like my kids stopped using my first name and started calling me dad. And it was like hit me, like, so that's just like forever and always gonna be there, because it like hits me like it's just all of Din Djarin's, everything about Din Djarin is too real. It is too close to home. Anyways, I'm telling you, I can probably talk for 3 hours just about Din Djarin.
Well, I mean, I mean, I don't know what your experience. I can't relate to your experience about your kids having that moment, but that has to be just hit you right in the chest. Yeah.
Yep. And the year before, I'm convinced that Din Djarin is gay, and it like the whole first season was a coming out episode, like series. Like it's all right there for me. Too much so.
Okay. There's a lot more story to be told, so you may be right. Who knows?
No, he didn't offer Pelimato to watch the kid, but he did offer Cobb Vanth to watch that little baby. Hey, take care of the kid if something happens.
And he had a clear shot with O'Mara, and he shot it down.
Sure did. Again, here we go. All right,
here we go.
So nobody wants to hear about me. They hear about me all the time. So who is John? Who are you?
I'm a guy who gets very uncomfortable talking about himself, but so that's part of who I am. I was born on Long Island, and to a family from New York. Nice mix of Irish and Italian, so I definitely have a fiery side. I'm sweet, but I'm also, if you catch me on the wrong day, I can bite your head off. But I have a big heart and a big sense of humor, very sensitive and that sort of thing. So these stories definitely get to me. But I like to, I'm pretty regular guy, married, 2 kids, late 30s. I don't know, just loving life, man. And as I'm getting older, I'm appreciating little things more, and just nestling into being a dad and now becoming a pro at it. I feel like it, after it took a couple of years to get used to it with my son Johnny, who's named after me. I'm actually the 4th. My son's the 5th. We carry this on.
Oh, seriously, that's cool.
Yeah. And my daughter being born, and like the fact that every once in a while I'll stop and look around when we're in our moments in the house, when maybe it's a little chaotic, but we get things done and we get them dressed and we get out the door. I'm like, I don't know how we're doing this, but we're doing it. And it's just like those types of things, and just appreciating life a bit more and seeing life through their eyes, and wanting to, I want to make them not be fearful of life, because it's a crazy world we live in. My son has to wear a mask to go to the daycare. It's just like it's a wild world that he's entered into, and I just want him to enjoy this and feel safe and not be afraid, and kind of like what Din was saying to Grogu. And maybe that's another part of why that scene hits me, because he's telling him like, don't be afraid, even though in his heart he's probably afraid to let him go. But you don't want to reveal that to your kids. You want to keep the smile on your face so that they don't get afraid. You know what I'm saying? So that I get, I don't know what I'm saying, but I guess that's who I am right now.
It's great. No, I love it. And my husband is from New Jersey, so
Oh, cool.
not too far away, and second generation Irish, like way super Irish. So that light switch, I know. Tom is like the nicest person on the planet, but I never forget that there's a light switch there. If the wrong thing comes up, there's no scale. It's like 0 10.
Yeah, and it's I don't wear it with pride. That's just how it is sometimes, and I can't tell sometimes if it's the Sicilian side or the Irish side, but there you go.
I love it. So can you tell me about the we've had Lacey on a few times, which she's so wonderful.
Yep.
The creation of like TRB and all. How did all of this come around? Because you guys, you're one of the big ones, if not the biggest.
I don't know about that. It's just fun to do this, and to be able to podcast, and it's been a great time being able to find people who like Star Wars, and you could talk to them about it. And the three of us, me, James, and Lacey, get along really well. But the podcast started before me. James and I joined around like the mid episode, like 60 something. And there were other people hosting at the time, but it was way more casual. And they would put it out every once in a while. And, it was the podcast for StarWarsNewsNet.com. And every once in a while, they'd put out an episode, and it would be like, a 4-hour just talking about whatever was going on. And then it'd be like 3 weeks before another one. And then maybe they'd do 2 in a row. And it was just not very structured. And then James and I kind of joined around the same time in spring of like 2017. And the owner of the site, Val, really liked what we brought to it, which was maybe a little more levity, a little less dryness, more humor, and that sort of thing. Whatever he and I started clicking, and then 2 of the other guys who were on it, we did it together. And then they left, and the following spring, Lacey had hit me up to put ads on Star Wars Newsnet because she was working for AwesomeCon. And she's like, can I put, do you guys do ads? I was like, yeah. So I'm like, have you ever podcasted? Because I was talking to her, and I liked her personality, because she's very she's very opinionated about Star Wars, and she'll tell you how it is. And that like reminded me of Leia a lot in A New Hope. Like, like you came in that thing, like that sort of thing. So we got along really well out of the gate. And I was like, have you ever podcasted before? She's like, not really, like a little bit. And we had her on one time, and it was just like, like when you start hanging out with someone, and you and I clearly have not had this problem, but there's you try to be so nice because you don't want to, you're not so close with them. So it's very like on the surface and niceties. It's like elevator talk, like how's the weather out there, But with her, it was like immediately she would bust our chops. And so we felt comfortable busting her chops, and it led to like this real thing. And you can't fake that.
Nope.
So it took off even bigger from there. And we've been doing 2 episodes every week, hardly missing any time ever since. And thankful to our better halves for allowing us to do that too, because, me with 2 kids, James has a kid, Lacey has one on the way, like any week now. So it's been a blessing to be able to do it. And it's a lot of fun. And that's what I was trying to remind myself, because sometimes, we do a lot of work to make TRB work behind the scenes. We really try really hard to do our best to do good shows and other stuff we do for our bonus content and the channel and all that stuff. But you got to have fun, because if you're not having fun, then what's the point? Like about talking about Star Wars. And I think some people lose sight of that, but I always try to remind myself, and that's why I'm not a big collector, but I keep like these little silly things. Like, I know this is audio only, but I have little like the mighty mugs of like young Han and Chewie. And I whenever I'm podcasting, I try to keep their happy faces on, because sometimes Chewie has like he has like the judgmental face and the angry face, but when I podcast, I try to keep the happy face on.
I love it.
Yeah.
And by we, it really just me, stands some young Han Solo. Like, I don't know if this is sacrilegious. Right. When I close my eyes, that's the Han that I see.
That's cool. That's
Solo.
interesting.
Like, I did not understand. So I was not on, I talk about this all the time, I wasn't on social media or anything much until we started the podcast. And, we're just about to have our 2-year anniversary. So a lot of that was new.
Congrats.
And thank you. When Solo came out, I was like, oh my God. Like that was so Han Solo. Like the second that little light flickers at the beginning, and never
Yeah,
once
man.
did I lose anything. And then I learned as time went on, and I guess like a lot of people Cantina seeing Han Solo as their Han Solo. And maybe it's my age, but for me, the Han Solo that was always Han Solo was the "it's all right, pal. It's all right" underneath that thing. Like he
Yeah.
had just lost everything. All pretenses were off, and that was his buddy had always been there. And
Yes.
every time when I watched Solo, that was the Solo that Alden was playing. And
Yeah.
we would have learned to see, and hopefully we still will see how he becomes the Cantina thing, which was the act
Yeah.
the whole time. Like I was
Yeah.
always like, did any of you watch the movies?
Exactly.
Because I know I'm like, did you watch them? I know in your head you put on there that Harrison Ford was checked out and that's why his performance was bad. I'm like, no, actually he's a nice guy.
Yeah. So that's the
why.
thing. When people like who don't like Solo, and I've talked to some people who haven't, and we have mature conversations about it. No one's slinging arrows at anybody here, but they'll say like, he just didn't seem like Han Solo to me. I'm like, well, people change in life, and things happen to them that change them for good or bad. And it just so happened that some bad things happened to Han Solo. The love of his life burned him and took off. His friend who he had just met took off and left him high and dry. And then his father figure betrayed him too. And he had to kill him or be killed. Like that does things to you. So that moment between Han and Beckett where he shoots him and then people say, oh, they did the Han shoots first thing. I'm like, yeah, they did. Because that's who he became the Cantina Han in that moment because he had to. And he's always been that kid who was kind of street orphan, had to survive on his own, do his thing, literally didn't have a name, right? Yeah. And all he had was him. And those three moments in that movie, Lando, Qi'ra, Beckett, jaded him. And there was an interview with Alden, I think with Josh Horowitz a year or so ago, when he said, like, would you come back? And he's like, I would, because I want to now explore the Han that I became at the end of Solo. And you see the jilted, jaded Han and what the cold exterior he creates. Like you said, it's a mask, it's a facade. He really is still to his core the good guy, like Qi'ra says, and the guy who would do anything for his best friend Chewie. Which is, by the way, that friendship. Oh my god!
I'm here for all of that.
And Jonas, how good of a guy is Jonas? Get that guy back! Come on. So
and that too, we have gotten so spoiled with Chewie. Yeah. Like we finally see Chewie lifting dudes up and being like so tough.
So
we
cool.
See why people are afraid of a Wookiee, and then it adds so much to him when he's sitting there like rubbing his hands through people's hair and like
I
love Solo so much.
Peter Mayhew, this gentle giant, his accent and his deep baritone voice, you could hear that. You listen to the guy talk forever, but he didn't talk much. I'm saying in interviews, obviously he didn't speak in the movies, but he did, but they dubbed over it. But to find someone like Jonas to replace that, like he was irreplaceable, and they found this kid, and he wound up. To me, he's one of the best ambassadors for Star Wars fan. The connection between Star Wars actors and the fans, and he's a fan himself. He's very humble, and he emulates everything that is Chewie, and Chewie vice versa back to him. And I've been rooting for those guys so hard, man. That's why I want Solo more than anything, because, and it's not one of those like Snyder cut things to me. It's something that manifested out of nothing. Like I made a joke T-shirt because I said there's no way they're going to do this sequel now. So James, I think it'd be funny if we made a T-shirt that said "Make Solo 2 happen," and we laughed about it. Like, it's so hilarious. Then I go to New York Comic Con and everyone's high fiving me and stuff. They're like, "Yeah." And we're like, "Whoa, what is happening right now?" So the movement just happened. Like I didn't create a movement; it just happened because people are like, for the first time since the first Star Wars movie, we need to root for this thing because it's an underdog. They were supposed to make a sequel. Look how the first movie ended. And he signed on for 3 movies. So all we're saying is we hope they do what the original plan was. And if it winds up being the Disney Plus show, even better. But that's all this is. It's not like saying, you better do this or you better do that. It's, we hope you're able to do what you wanted to do creatively. And that's all we're saying.
I mean, there's just, like, I'm telling you, I think Solo, everyone's favorite movies always move around for the most part, at least a little bit, right? But like, for a good long while now, it's my number 3 Star Wars movie. Like, I love it so much. Like, I understand and I'm not one of those people just because I have a podcast show and I'm on YouTube. Sometimes I am not a film critic. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I have my opinion.
Yeah,
and I love Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
So I never try to pretend like I'm something I'm not, because we have enough of those people out there on all of these things, right?
Right. We're not getting slug lines in trailers, you and me,
Exactly.
right? Whatever they call those things.
Yeah. I get that it is not the greatest movie now that we're not going to get a sequel, because it was clearly built to have more things going on in it.
Yeah.
But Attack of the Clones and Return of the Jedi are my other favorite Star Wars movies. And this, to me, is like the most Star Wars movie of Star Wars, the way those are. They're just a whole lot of little adventures. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But underneath everything going on, which is, I talk about this all the time, there's so much complexity. I mean, you brought up all these things that happen to Han. I mean, let alone this little homeless kid, finally gets off the dirt ball that he wanted to get off, right?
Yeah.
To a brand new empire. And at that time, look, we just explored it. My favorite parts of the Bad Batch. They thought it was going to be a good thing. He was like, I finally did it.
Right.
And every time this dude turns around, he's just punched in the face again. And at some point in time, you got to fake it till you make it. And that's anyways. But all of
that is Han. That is Han
in the movie. Yes.
Always flying by the seat of his pants. Like, yeah, I'll figure it out, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. And Han, and in A New Hope. Do we all forget the smile he does and the Yahoo at the end? Like, I'm sorry, no cool guys. Yahoo!
Right. Right. Yeah, totally. Absolutely, man. Yes.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Use the toughness to Dash Rendar, and ain't nobody want him anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I'm really kidding. I'm sorry, Dash Rendar fans. I have been blocked by a few Dash Rendar people for a poor joke.
Well, we were busting chops on the podcast about Rothgar Deng, who may or not be Dash Rendar or whatever, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's all in good fun. So, question: how has doing a podcast and things like you were just talking about at New York Comic Con, how has it shaped the way you see Star Wars? Or has it at all?
I don't know. I mean, I know Star Wars better than I did before I started podcasting, I think. I always loved Star Wars, but just having, making sure I'm keeping up with things. And I think I just, but speaking of knowing things, I think I screwed that up. I think it was Dengar who becomes Rothgar Deng, now that I think about that. But anyway.
I didn't know any of it anyway, so you're all good.
Yeah. We're faking it till we make it, Brian. That's what we're doing here. Me and you, buddy. We're fooling somebody. We're fooling somebody. The rest of them are like, oh, those idiots. I can't believe it. No. I don't know if it's changed how I view Star Wars. Okay. I just meeting people though, and like going to Celebration in 2019 was life-changing for me, but just because you get away from the bubble of social media and you get to actually have real conversations with real humans that you could disagree about, not liking a movie, and it's not like I gotta go after this person because I can't see their face, and it's just I'm right here comfortable at my keyboard and I can say anything I want. The human level is restored there, and I love that. And just meeting all different sorts of people. Like you and I would never have met or talked if you didn't have a podcast. I didn't have a podcast. Like you're in Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that would never happen. So there is good to this. And I always look to the positives, because sometimes the minor negative elements of things shine brighter, sadly. But there's so much more good to it. And being able to meet so many different people that you would never have access to, I think allows you to live a way fuller life than we would have otherwise, where I'd be more in an isolated bubble of like, who likes Star Wars around here? Like you go out, anybody, you open your door and you're like, nobody. So I think that aspect of it, just being able to connect with people, whether it's fellow podcasters or just listeners of ours. Like we have this amazing community of people who have met each other through listening to our podcast. Like some of them are going on a road trip and rooming together at Celebration based
That's
on having
amazing.
listened to our podcast. And it's all walks of life. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, who you love. It's just we all love this crazy thing that George Lucas did together, and that's power, man. And I just love that so much. Where yeah, it is campy, it is silly at times, but it has a hell of a lot of heart, and it has certainly united generations of people together. And I think just being able to do the podcasting and do the writing for the site and stuff like that has brought me to a lot more people, and that has made me a much happier person and made me enjoy it more.
Yeah, I love everything you just said. It's
thanks, dude.
It's the truth, man. Like it's so easy for the trash to be the thing that you see or smell and when you walk into a room, right? Like you don't notice any of the other stuff. And it's I work really, really hard to not let that be my thing. For the most part, I'm really lucky. My experience online, more often than not, is really great. And we were just talking about this the other night on our last live stream, actually. Like, I guess for me, something that the podcast brought that I'm really happy about is somehow we have found the right people. And I think your show does this really well, actually. The people that I interact with on your show and all that, they're genuine good people. And like, I love
Thanks.
the thing about Star Wars, Star Wars in this social media podcast bubble is getting to meet people like you, like we just said, that we would never meet, and find out what it is about their Star Wars they love. And personally, I hope that it's something that I don't understand and I don't get, because I already know what I love and I have all the reasons why I love it. So give me some reasons to love other things, whether or not I like it already or not, I don't know. But I love, and that's something that at least this show has brought. And I think we have a lot of, when I started this, I had no, I am very aware that we'll only ever be so big because we're an LGBTQ plus podcast and there's a lot of people who do not like us, and I'm fine with that. Like, but I thought we were going to have like 5 listeners, like the other 5 gay people that like Star Wars. Because before this, I had never met another gay Star Wars fan ever in my entire life. I didn't even have Star Wars fans. I was in a very personal little bubble.
Right.
Now a lot bigger. It's great.
Yeah.
The kinds of people that listen to our show and the kinds of people that interact, like it's really amazing. Like, it's really, really, really amazing. And then to be able to like be very to be an advocate for like foster kids and adoptive kids, and that was something I don't know if I was exactly prepared for. I'm very humbled and very glad, and the relationship to Star Wars in that is so one-to-one that it's very easy to bring all of that up, you know. But that's something that I feel that I personally have gotten a lot of notes about that kind of stuff, and other kids that grew up in the foster system and stuff, all of these things. It's just, I was like, wow. And that's what I love about Star Wars. I've always been so happy how popular Star Wars is, because it brings so many different kinds of people. You have like, you know, I would imagine you're like me, like people are, oh, you got a Star Wars shirt on, and then you like go down this hole, they're like, oh, you clearly are not the same level as I am. Like,
right. You don't know how deep you can go with the conversation with them.
I just
so
took
you
this
have
too
to,
far.
right. You're not sure. And then if you start talking about, midichlorians and stuff, they're like, what are you talking about? What? But no, you're right. And also, like, I think what a lesson Star Wars can teach people that in interviews, George Lucas, I feel like, was kind of going for this, aside from the, I want to tell a story for kids who are going through that tough age where when your son is 11.
Yep.
Yeah. So he said, like, 12-year-olds, when they're at that point in their life where they're not sure who they want to be and they need to make tough choices in the difference between good and bad. That's why he created this thing. And it's like it teaches us that, but it also teaches you that people who literally are different species can be best friends and get along and fight for the goodness of the galaxy, where us on our little blue marble here should be able to do that with each other as humans. And I think that's a powerful thing that can teach us, and it's helped me when I was growing up understand, because I lived in suburbia in Long Island growing up. It was mostly kids who looked like me, who dressed like me, and I wasn't all that cultured till I got to college, really. And then you start learning things, and you understand admitting that you don't understand things, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I just made sense there, but
No, 100%.
and just trying to break down everything you knew and say it's okay to learn something new. It doesn't mean what you thought prior doesn't count. It got you to this point, and that sort of stuff. And I maybe I'm going too deep on it, but I feel like Star Wars does sort of can teach kids that sort of thing and let them know, like, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. You can you rally around those people and come together and do something beautiful together.
100%. Like, so much. 100%. Like, it's all right there. It's all
Yeah.
right there. And
Yeah.
it's not even Star Wars. One of the things I love about it, it's not even that complicated. Like, it kind
No.
of paints it right. It just paints it right there for you. What's underneath it all is very complicated, but like,
Right.
it has this amazing way of making so much simple. Like,
Right.
I joke around a lot of times, like, Star Wars has ruined me for other things because I'm like, Dune, tried watching it, boring, sorry, too complicated.
Dude, me too. Yeah. I need to find others because I feel bad, and I don't want to rain on people's parade. But I was
No.
like, it's a little dusty, literally,
Yep.
a little boring,
Yep.
and
I
maybe
need to
I
go
just
buy the
don't
art
get.
book.
Yeah, maybe I just don't get it. But something about Star Wars has a little more heart to it. And what's another thing, Brian? I don't know if this is for you, or this is how you do it, but sometimes Star Wars is whatever I need it to be in that moment. So if I'm watching, A New Hope, and I just want to go for the fun ride because I'm in that sort of mood, it's like a Friday night. I just put my kids to bed, long work week. Let's have a good time. That's what A New Hope is. But sometimes it's maybe I'm in a reflective mood and I look at the deeper parts of that same exact movie. So it's not always this movie's always this for me. It's what I need it to be in that moment. And I think that's
Mhm.
a good way that I view it.
Man, I wish I had that ability. I'm like constantly in the state of like, let's get underneath all this and let's get real, like,
Hey,
serious and
it
heavy.
works.
Like, I'm
You're
always
you're a,
there.
you're podcasting about Star Wars. It obviously works for you. So
Oh no, 100, yeah, it's great.
yeah,
It's
that's
great.
awesome. Yeah.
So what is it? We've talked about your kids a little bit. What is it like being a dad? And I've been very, very open on this show, and probably to the fault of making me sound like a poor father. But like I said earlier, like, Star Wars is always just mine. I never really had a lot of Star Wars friends in high school. I like had a toy collecting buddy, but like I couldn't talk to him about the things in Star Wars that I wanted to talk to him about,
Hmm.
which is fine. I had a great time with that too. But like, so it's always been my thing until this came. And I had my kids, and my youngest, who is the middle child by arrival time, is a massive Star Wars fan. Like, he is like
Oh, that's awesome.
hook, line, and sinker. Like, lost his mind because there was a Wrecker costume. And I'm like, I'm here for this. I love it. But
Wow.
it was hard for me to share Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was still in the mindset of, no, I don't want to watch the first time with you. Like, you're gonna talk too much, and I need to like get in here,
Oh,
and
I
I
get you.
can't
Yeah.
wait till later. But
Yeah.
like, I'm like, because I'm take it too seriously. Don't talk. Like, don't talk to me.
Right.
My husband has learned, stay away from him for a while because I gotta let it percolate.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because my wife wasn't a big Star Wars fan, and she hadn't watched. I don't know if she watched them ever, actually. And we started with the original trilogy because that's just the way I roll. And
Mhm.
she would like get up to go to the bathroom, and she'd be like, "You don't have to pause it." I'm like, "Yes, I do." Are you? I'm gonna call an attorney tomorrow. Are you kidding me right now? Like, yes, I do. So yeah, I get you there. I do. I see what you mean.
Like, what has it been like though? Has being a father, I mean, you kind of talked about this with The Mandalorian. Like, how
Yeah.
has it shaped the way you see Star Wars? Because for a lot of us
yeah.
who grew up with it, we're the kids looking up to the adults, and we're the kids looking at the fathers. Now we're the fathers looking at the kids, and it's like,
Yeah,
for me, it was
it's
really hard. I'm not gonna
it
lie.
is. It makes it definitely a lot more emotional. Like the Han and Kylo Ren scene in Rise of Skywalker is that like when I first saw it in the theater, I was tearing up. And part of it was hearing from the moment you hear "Hey kid" to when he says "I know" because he knows he can't bring himself to say "I love you." And I know that's a callback, and I get it, and I don't care. That scene's
Mhm.
amazing, and it makes me think of me and my son, and like putting your hand on their face and like tell them everything's okay, and they're still you're a good person, and that's so. And I would probably not look at that scene that way if I wasn't a dad. And I'm not saying, oh, I get more out of it than someone who isn't a
Mhm.
dad. It's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying for me, it has certainly changed stuff I think about when I watch these movies. Because I mean, the especially father son relationships in the Star Wars are heavy duty. Like obviously Luke and
Mhm.
Vader being the forefront of that. Um, and you just you think about stuff like, man, am I if I yell at my son because he accidentally knocked his sister over, and I yelled at him, I'm like, did I just become Darth Vader there for a second? Do I need to check myself? Like, it's that those little things. And it just overall though, I think I do view those certain scenes and certain relationships much differently than if I before I was a dad. Yeah, for sure.
That's great. That's great. And I want to circle back to that I know thing because you talked about as everyone does. It's just a callback. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
let's get in story for a minute.
Yeah.
You don't think that Han and Leia joked around about I know all the
Right.
time? So like the
Right.
I know actually meant something to Ben Solo. Like
Right.
in story. Like I guess this is see John, this is where I go wrong. I meet someone with Star Wars. It's like a very real thing to me. Like these are not characters. I don't know actors' names because they're Han Solo and Leia. Like I don't know.
Right. Right.
It's not a callback to me. No, because in the story, like this is the level of nerddom that I am in.
Right. And people love Return of the Jedi, and they do it in that movie on the flip, where she says it to him. So it definitely is a thing between them. I think you're absolutely right. I am completely on that boat with you. I'm on the other side with the right oar. You're on the side with the left oar, and we're moving that boat of it is a thing down the ocean or wherever we're going, Brian. So
There we go. And if
I'm
there's only one medal to give, the Star Wars likes to shortchange a gold medal. I'll let you have it, my friend.
ah, thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Uh
So, what are you the most excited for in Star Wars? Because we just, as we were talking about at the top of the show, like we get this news about Hayden. Visions felt like it came out of nowhere. I am still living in a Visions world. I have not been this excited about Star Wars since I think the prequels. Like I am so in it. Like I loved everything about
that's
it.
awesome.
But it came out of nowhere. Like we knew it was coming, and all of a sudden, oh, here it is. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus. Everything's
Right.
just gonna be, oh, here we are.
Right.
We got what?
Yeah.
Boba Fett coming out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
What are you the most excited for?
Um, man, that's tough. I mean, I'm very excited for Celebration, but in terms of content, I think the number one for me has to be Kenobi. Though a sleeper pick is definitely going to be Andor because I feel like nobody's talking about it for some reason. And I think when that show, because of that, I think when that show hits, the scale of it, just based on like a sizzle reel showing the sets they built that reminded me a lot of the prequels. Uh, you know,
Mhm.
I think that show is going to really knock people on their tush. I don't know if you swear on this podcast, but
Every once we do too.
but Kenobi, I think
Try
for
not
me,
to, but do too much.
I hear you. Sometimes on the Patreon videos or my other movie
Mm.
podcast, me and my buddy rifle off some bombs. But I think Kenobi just because for a few reasons. I think Ewan, his excitement is so genuine. It seems to be back and doing it and working with Deborah Chow and taking another crack at this character that he loves playing so much, and also Hayden getting this massive redemption arc in real life as an actor. Because I've been a fan of his. I was always rooting for him when he got the role because Shattered Glass, Life as a House. I hope you've seen that movie. Speaking of fathers.
Fantastic.
Oh my God. Talk about fathers and their relationships. Oh my God. Forget it, dude. But yeah, he's amazing in that movie. He's amazing in Shattered Glass. He has chops. And I think that what had, I love the prequels too, because I will fight for a Star Wars movie to people who don't like Star Wars. But as a fan, I'm like, they're not my favorites, but I still love them. It's one of those things. It's like that cousin that you don't really like, but you see them on Thanksgiving. You're like, all right, we're going to, we're cool. I like you.
Yep.
You're my cousin. You're my family.
Yep.
So I love you. But I'll see you next year. That's how I am with your favorite Attack of the Clones. I have to say,
Okay.
but I still love it. It's still past the gravy. All right, but it's just I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I don't know what else to say about it. But
question, like, we don't know anything about Kenobi, like, at all. Are you a person who wants to know, or
that's tricky? Because I write for Star Wars Newsnet, and I've heard that sometimes I hear things that they're like, you can't report this. I'm like, fine, but you hear them, and then whether that's projects or this person may pop up here or something like that, and sometimes I go one ear in, one ear out the other, depending on who it is. And some people I'm like, oh my God, that is happening, and I can't say anything about it. Or but I Bryan, I'm the kind of person though, I don't mind knowing about like upcoming projects and stuff like that. Like, oh, they're bringing this actor back for something. But when it comes to story stuff, don't tell me if I don't want to hear that Luke Skywalker is coming back at the end of Mandalorian season 2. I want to experience that. So it's that part for me. So if there are like some spoilers, narrative spoiler stuff, I just try to stay away from that, because I like this. Like when episode 9 leaked on the internet, I did everything in my power to avoid it, whether or not I believed it was a real leak or not, because I wanted to watch the final chapter on my own versus some guy's Reddit thread.
That's one that I probably should have read. I could have been more prepared.
You don't like Rise of Skywalker, huh?
Yeah, I kind of like you. It is the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
For me. But it's still probably better than any other movie out there. Like, I always try to say that. And that's something I'm really proud of, because some of our like biggest supporters, it's their favorite movie. And so and like none of us like it. So I'm like, at least we're doing something right, that we're not like those people. I don't have more hairs growing out of the bottom of my neck or something, Being able to being a positive, like people say, like toxic positivity is a phrase that they create now. I don't know what that means. You can be like, I can say, like, I don't like Thrawn as a character. I don't. The books don't work for me. It's too like dry and military and sci-fi for me. It doesn't do what I look for in Star Wars. And sometimes I'll admit I have a hard time reading my Star Wars, because my attention span, I'll read a page and be like, oh, I just was thinking about macaroni and cheese. I should have been reading that page or something, And so, but I'll say, like, I'll make jokes like, yeah, Thrawn rhymes with yawn, James. I don't know how you get into that stuff. And I say it in a lighthearted way. It's okay to talk about things you don't like, but don't do it in to like trying to hurt people in doing it. So 100%. I think it's a healthy way to do it, and it's just called being a decent person. Like, no one wants to. I don't want to ever make someone not enjoy Star Wars. Yep.
That's ridiculous.
I feel like this last couple of weeks I've been coming to this place of, like, it's horrible when you hear stories that people say, I can't let people know that I'm a Reylo or whatever it is, right? They're afraid of what's going to happen. That's really horrible stuff. But I also kind of have turned the corner of like, but it's also really bad that people can't also say they're not a Reylo, or they don't like Attack of the Clones, or they don't like The Rise of Skywalker. Like, that's equally bad too. Like, that's the flip side, but that's just as bad. Like, why can't we just get to the place where we can talk about things?
And I had experience.
You can't.
Right, like I think 2018 or something like that. Right after Last Jedi came out, I put out a tweet. I was trying to be funny. It didn't work out. Blew up my face. And I said, I was very careful how I worded it. I'm like, I have a feeling, I think some Reylos wouldn't care so much if if Kylo Ren was played by Paul Dano or something, because I didn't find Paul Dano attractive, and I apologize that I
Okay.
said that to him because I don't want to hurt the guy. But in other
Yeah.
words, I was saying they like, as you use the word thirst, they love Adam Driver, and I thought that'd
Yeah.
be just a funny little joke. And they came, some of them like really came after me saying like I was sexist or whatever, and I was just trying to like have some fun. And I left the tweet up there, so I'm not going to shy
Yep.
away from it. I did it, bad joke, whatever. But every once in a while, like it'll come surface up on a screenshot or thread and like probably a blockchain or something, and I've been blocked by people I've never even spoken to before. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm of the ilk of I think joking around sometimes helps bring people together and
Yep.
understand differences, because if you don't allow yourself to do that, then you create this wall and this tension where you're afraid to even like try to get to know somebody. And I always came from like growing up Long Island, New York, where you bust people's chops, and that's how you like really become friends. Like, look
I
at
agree.
Han, Luke, and Leia, like the best of friends, and they dog on each other all the time. And that's just like, I think that to me, that's how you get to break tension and get to know people. And it didn't work out for me, so I get that end of things. But I just,
100%.
for your listeners who may not know who I am, um, I'm all about people being able to enjoy Star Wars, and I would never ever want anyone to feel from me that I hurt their experience
Yep.
loving Star Wars, because that's ridiculous to me. Life is tough, man. Life is very tough, and this should be something everyone should be able to escape to and have fun with and enjoy, and no one should take that away from anybody ever.
100%. And people, I agree. And like allow people to process things, and sometimes allow people to talk out loud and do things without like, you know, the problem with, and maybe this is just my old age, maybe this is like the dad in me now, but like when you're dealing with those people who are constantly seeing the worst in everybody else, how those people have friends, I don't know, because eventually their eyes are going to lock on you. And
Yeah.
the problem when you're afraid to say anything is it's got to create so much anxiety within you of like, you can never, ever, ever, ever fumble. And
Right.
I'm like, really? Every single one of us fumbles, probably multiple times a day. We have
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
said the wrong thing. The minute it comes out of your mouth, you know it's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my tone was off there. That was not how I meant it. And then you're
That
like,
word choice.
yes. And
Yeah.
that's where you have to have faith that who you are as a person makes up for those kinds of things. And we're
Yeah.
in this moment where no one false step
Yeah.
and all of the other stuff was a lie.
Right. Yeah, I know. I know. It's like, you'd think like, I mean, Twitter, I don't take Twitter seriously. And
Yeah.
even the term Star Wars Twitter, like makes me shiver a little bit, because I don't think we should be relegated to that. And I know it is a
Yeah.
thing, and it's how we connect. And that's how obviously you and I probably
Yep.
first got to know each other, which is great. But
Mhm.
I don't like, I always think when I see a squabble or something going on, I'm like, if you took that argument and you called your mom or called your dad or your friend who doesn't like Star Wars and literally read the thread of your exchange with this stranger on the internet to them, they would laugh at you and say, "What is wrong with you?" So, and I always look at it
Yep.
from that perspective. So that's why I don't get into the fighting and stuff like that. I tweet horribly corny dad jokes. Every once in a while, I'm pissed off about the Yankees or Giants or something like that, and Star Wars and other nerdy stuff that I like. And
Yeah.
that's it, man. That's
Yep.
what I do, and that's what I try to use it for. I'm not I'm
Love it.
not I'm not here to be on a soapbox or get into squabbles with strangers. I fight enough with my friends, my real friends, let
Uh-huh.
alone someone I just met on the internet, Bob78579 on whatever, you know. So
And
that's how.
one of their 5 accounts that all has a different opinion, a different outlook on life.
Yes, yeah, that too. Am I even talking to a real person? Like, we're in that world. It could be a bot for all we know. It's just,
Yep.
it's wild. So I always try to like look at it from this perspective. The internet is a thing, but this isn't real life. If I'm talking, like, if these people who are arguing, we see it all the time in our feed. Somehow it finds us. If those two people
Yep.
were having the same conversation at Celebration, it'd be much nicer. It'd be much more polite, because you're actually looking at a human being in the face, and that is an underrated thing. And I think whether or not I know not everyone can go to a celebration, I think everyone should at least go to one in their life,
Mm.
because it will remind you how amazing Star Wars fans are on the whole overall. And it's just one of those like recharge your batteries of feeling good and wanting to be a better person, wanting to be a Ted Lasso out there in the Star Wars space.
I love it. I love it. Okay, speaking of celebration, one last question as we leave. What do you want from the future of Star Wars? Whether it's something you know is coming or something that we don't know about that we don't even know if they're going to give us, but you would want to see anyways.
I mean,
is there anything?
I mean, you mean for like content wise?
Mm-hmm. I would say books or movies, but we're just going to stick to the movies for you after your comment a minute ago.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I have read Star Wars books. I'm more of a Star Wars reference book guy, like J.W. Rinsler, rest in peace. We had him on the show a couple times. His making of Star Wars books, I think, are so valuable to the legacy of the franchise as we get further and further away. George Lucas, he'll probably live to 120, but one day he won't be here anymore, and we'll need to remember why he created this. And those books, those types of books are what do it for me. But future Star Wars stuff, my obvious answer is going to be a solo follow-up Disney Plus series. That would make, if that ever got announced, that would make me cry, Brian. That would make me cry.
I love it.
Because I like, the movie means so much to me, and the more I watch it, the more I love it. And I know that the plan was to do it, and Bob Iger admitted they screwed up when they put it out. All the stuff that went down around it was not the movie itself's fault or the actor's fault, and I think Alden deserves it. And I would love to see Jonas back as Chewie. Who doesn't want more Chewie? So a solo Disney Plus series. Get in the Crimson Dawn stuff too. Get in the Hutts, the Pykes, the Syndicates. Let's have some fun and have Han and Chewie getting in trouble every week and finding their way out of it. Who doesn't want to see that? So that's what I want more than anything. And then one day, maybe 10 years, 15 years, the kids who were 5 who saw The Force Awakens and that was their entry to Star Wars, they get to see their hero back and bring back Daisy Ridley as Jedi Master Rey and let her tell a new saga trilogy or something like that.
Love it. And I'm a big old Pike stan, so I might just take that. I'm just going to use your soundbite. More Pikes, more Pikes, more Pikes.
More Pikes, more Pikes.
I'm going to will those weird heads anywhere. I'm like, what the hell's going on with these people?
I got to learn more about Pikes now. What about a Pikes is it for you? Now you got me interested. Now I got to...
It's one of those... It is one of the Star Wars things. Okay, we were talking about Dune, right? Dune, I will buy the art book because it's beautiful. Like, I could look at that movie all day long, but I can't look because it puts me to sleep. So, like, I'm not gonna be able to watch it.
That's how I felt about Blade Runner 2049. Like, gorgeous.
Okay.
But it's like when I, on Sunday night, if I have anxiety about work and stuff, I pop on Bob Ross. Beautiful paintings, but he delightfully puts me to sleep.
Love it, love it. But the Pikes, man, they're like one of those things. They're so Star Wars. Like, they're really kind of dumb looking. Like, you have this, like, do you remember Muscles? The little toys, like, came in a trash can and they were like solid, like, tan color plastic. And there was this character.
Yes. Okay. I just Googled it and now. Okay. Yes.
There's one muscle in particular that had like a pyramid body and like buzzsaw hands. And I feel like there was someone in the art department that remembered that. And let's just take this pyramid body and put this weird face on the front of it.
That's fantastic.
And it's dumb. But somehow they are amazing. Like, that was one of those things. I'm like, only in animation we ever gonna be able to get this. This doesn't work anywhere. And then there they were. I lost my collective mind. Like,
right.
And they're ruthless. They're ruthless. Right. And they really did my Martez sisters wrong. Not happy about that. But it was great stuff. It was great stuff. And they made Dryden Voss kind of afraid. And Maul was like kind of afraid of them. Like,
you know what?
How do you not give those people some props? Because Maul doesn't.
The Pikes deserve a little more respect.
I'm here. We're gonna end on that. Pikes deserve. That's gonna be the name of the episode. Pikes deserve more respect.
All right, well, you got me more interested. So good job on that.
Bravo, job done here. Mic drop. Where can people find you, my friend?
The Resistance broadcasts every Monday and Thursday on audio podcast apps and YouTube. on youtube.com/Star Wars Newsnet videos. And of course, the lead editor for Star Wars Newsnet.com. If you want to go there as you're eating your breakfasts for your Star Wars news in the morning, I'm a senior writer there as well. And Twitter, like we said, if you want the dad jokes, the New York sports frustration and Star Wars love, among other nerdy things, at Johnny Hoey. And that's pretty much it. I don't social media really otherwise. And then if you want to follow the podcast and at Star Wars Newsnet, but also at RBATSWNN, I tweet from our account over there. And I think that, and I have a movie podcast too. I forgot about that. Just Like the Movies. Me and my best friend Mike reconnected over the pandemic. He lives in Ohio. So we were like,
I love it.
Yeah, so it's called Just Like the Movies, and we talk about the movies we loved growing up on audio podcast apps.
So head on over there for a rave review of Dune, and later on 2049.
Yeah.
And
man, we're gonna get attacked, Brian. Get ready. It's gonna get spicy, right?
Denis Villeneuve, or whatever, however you say his name, for the next Star Wars movie. It's going to be the big spread there on Star Wars Newsnet, right? That's what I'm going to open up to tomorrow morning.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh,
hey, actually, we just had a conversation. I can rib you a little bit, and it's going to be totally all right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, we're there. I'm in.
All right, my friend. Thank you very, very much, and until next time.
This was a blast. The hour flew by, and that's when you know you're having a good time. Thanks, Brian.
And
we're back again.
We're back
to record this a second time.
Again.
Bryan forgot to turn his voice thing on.
His voice thing. Well, everyone, we've been podcasting for 2 years, and Thomas is still calling it a voice thing.
Hey, I've been honest for 2 years now. I just show up.
You know, Thomas.
Literally, even when I'm watching, I just show up.
You know, there's been
it's half the battle. Showing up
multiple times that people talk about you in the contract. When they tweet at us or refer to things, they say, "Has Tom checked his contract? Is that in Tom's contract?"
No, never checked that either. You know, I have to be so serious in my real life. In this life, I can be whatever I want.
Okay. The truth is, everyone.
Yes.
The Tom you get with me on Pink Milk is like our relationship. Like, that is like who Tom is. And Tom presents as something else sometimes when he's got his like professional hat on and his like, dress up shoes and his pressed pants. He can be a little stuffy.
A little. Thank you.
Also, speaking of almost 2 years, and maybe not 2 years of this, but one solid year, both Chase and Nick, some of our friends, sent me a tweet and text messages immediately announcing that there was a Cobb Vanth Black Series figure being announced. And so to pre-order it. I have never bought a Din Djarin Black Series either, but now I can make Din Cobb. So I bought them, and I was like really reluctant to tell my husband because, the keeper of the purse strings.
So wait, am I just being informed right now?
No, see, people, he's already forgotten. So I said, babe, I have to tell you something. Not right now.
I'm the accountant.
So I waited.
The house manager.
I waited, and I said, I bought Din Cobb. What the hell is Din Cobb? I'm like, it has been, Thomas, literally, like, I feel sometimes as though half of Twitter blows up when there's anything Din Cobb, because we're like, at Serving Pink Milk, at Serving Pink. So clearly, you and I, on the front of the podcast that people are listening to right now, Din Cobb. Hey, all pretending like they're Han and Leia.
Well, I must have been doing something, very busy that day.
Okay, who's Din Cobb?
Isn't it two people?
Who are they?
One is the Mandalorian, and the other one's the guy who showed up in the cowboy stuff.
There we go. Okay, boom. Thank you.
He stole the Boba Fett stuff.
Boba Fett's armor. His soon-to-be space husband, and they're gonna go rescue baby Grogu together and liberate other Force captive children.
When I'm trying to write contracts, honey, and you call me up or you text me and stuff like this, I don't know. Which one should I focus on? I
don't know.
Yeah.
What you should focus on is listening to
you.
Always me. But right now, I'll let John go in front. You should focus on listening to the podcast that we just recorded with John, because honestly, it was a great conversation.
I will. I'll focus on it.
I was very, very excited. He was really just super, and we bonded. It was super easy. It was a very fast conversation. It felt very fast. And it was great. Really enjoyed myself. So, John, thank you. If you're listening to this, thank you. Appreciate you.
No, really. Thank you, John.
Less work for me.
It's in the contract.
Oh, speaking of Boba Fett, I made
Yes.
a playful tweet earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be great? What if they made Boba Fett gay? And I've been dealing with the homophobes and the people. And, you know, one of my favorite things about said homophobes is oftentimes they have like 8 followers. And I'm not over here like,
He's a little rough, though. You sure we want him on our team?
who?
Boba Fett?
I mean, we should be, there should be enough gay
Can we
pe-
pick somebody else?
There should be enough gay people. Well, we have Din Djarin and Cobb Vanth. Hello.
Okay. Can't make them all the gay, babe.
Why not?
Because
There's enough straight people.
someone's got to make new Star Wars people.
There's a lot out there. They're already out there. There's probably species. Look, the frog people. You just need
The
one.
who?
The frog people. The
Oh, I
frog
thought you
lady
said
and her
frog
husband. They had like 50 kids in one jar. So there we go. I think reproduction's gonna be fine in that galaxy far, far away.
There you go.
And yeah, no.
Don't take our special away. This is our club.
Oh no, make everything in Star Wars gay. I'm fine with it. Make it all gay. Din Cobb,
Next
Din
we'll
Luke.
have
I'm here for all
Pink
of it.
Vader. How about that?
I think it's already been done.
Pink Vader?
No, yes, actually, I'm almost certain in like the 80s. Someone
Okay.
please check this if they know, please tweet at me. I believe there was a comic in the 80s where there was like a villain who she dressed up like Darth Vader
Okay.
to somehow do something, but she wore like a pink Vader outfit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I need to look this up. But I feel like that happened somewhere a long time ago in like the 80s. So if you came because of John, welcome. We are excited to have you here. Again, this was Pink Milk. We talk Star Wars queerly. I'm your host, Bryan.
I'm your show up guy, Tom.
And we have a late night live stream on YouTube every Friday after dark where we talk more in detail because we're all super fans on that show.
I'm not there, though.
Nope. Myself, Emma, Mark, Chase.
I watch it.
Lot of laughs.
I'm one of those people. I watch.
For how long now? Usually like 2 minutes?
I just make sure everyone's there. I make sure lighting's good, you know.
If I have to
I make sure my
show up-
husband looks good.
If I have to show up, they gotta show up too.
Because he's going to ask me in the morning, how did I look?
And I look great.
Well, you always look great. That's
Good
the correct
answer.
answer.
Even when I don't.
14 years.
Even when
I know
don't.
the correct answer.
I still do.
You were great.
Well, hey, everyone, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. I hope you had a lot of fun because we had a lot of fun over here. Until next time,
Thank you for listening to us.
thank you for listening to us. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Serving Pink Milk.
And TikTok.
And now I'm a TikToker.
Is that what
By
you're...
a TikToker, I have posted some of our YouTube videos and I made one TikTok.
Ooh.
So watch out.
I
Though,
might do a
Thomas-
TikTok.
Thomas, watch out because there might be some checks coming in because I think
Ooh.
I'm going to be a TikToker influencer with our, get this, everyone, 25 followers.
I am the accountant. I will take care of it.
The checks, they are going to come raining in.
Boom.
You know, I am 42.
You are?
I don't really feel old, but TikTok is making me feel a little bit old. I would try to make my first TikTok. I'm like looking at the buttons. I'm to YouTube. How to do TikTok. Back to the thing.
Don't worry
Go
about
back.
kids' parents are always on TikTok. I've seen it on Facebook.
There we go. There we go. Anyways, if this is your first time, again, say thank you very, very much. If you are a returning listener, we love you. We appreciate you. We love our pink milk drinkers and our steam queens. And until next time, Thomas, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's that time.
Drink up.
Drink up.